Good evening, everyone. I'm here talking with the anointed Pastor Jason Nelson. We're so happy to have you with
Glad to
us.
be here. Glad to be here.
As you know, our topic for our concert is United as One. And we just want to get your feedback. If you would just define what you would say unity is to you, whether it's unity in the body of Christ, unity within cultures, or community as a whole.
Unity, I think it has multiple meanings. I think it's a diverse term
Right.
because to to a very large a percentage of people, I would say it's subjective. What some people call unity is not necessarily what the general body at large would call unity. But I mean, the Bible is very clear. It says, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." In Psalm 133, it talks about the fact that unity, based on the biblical prescription or description, I should say, is oil being poured on one, and as one gets it, it spreads to others, so that there is a singular oil, but a diverse application. And I think ultimately that's what unity is. It's a singularity of purpose, singularity of understanding, but it comes from multiple different places. So unity impacts, it goes beyond just genre or Reformation, church affiliation. I think unity is really about an understanding our divine purpose on the earth and making that happen, even though we have individual pieces to
Right.
kind of fill in.
Right.
Ephesians says the body's compacted by that which each joint supplies. So that means there's one body, but many different pieces
Right.
that makes up the body.
Exactly.
That, in essence, to me, is what unity is. And I think we, especially from a church perspective, have lost sight of that because and tell me if I'm talking too much.
No, go for it.
I think, but the church has lost sight of that because literally disagreement causes denominations.
Right.
So you have these vast array of denominational. Some of it is not even different belief systems. It's just some people are more traditionalist. Some people are conservative. Some people are a little bit more radical.
Right.
And I fall kind of in that radical edge of things. But I think that's what it is. It's like we have found ways to disagree, and because well, I don't like your lipstick. Well, since I don't like your lipstick, I'm not going to come to your church.
Exactly.
And literally that's how some of this stuff started. It was so the issues are so minuscule, but because people refuse to use the thought process of unity, which is one body, one mindset coming together, individuals coming together for a singularity of purpose, I think we've missed it.
So, what do you think we can do? You described that there is some sort of division or lack of unity within churches and denominations. What can we do to fix that problem?
One is actually be open. I think the church is one of the most closed places
Right.
you could ever go to, and unfortunately, the church is supposed to operate kind of in a dualistic purpose as a hospital, but also as a body.
Right.
So we're supposed to bring people in that are sick, have malady, illness, disease. Whether it be mental, physical, socioeconomical, spiritual, obviously,
Yeah.
and lead them to the one. We're not the fixers. We lead them to the fixer.
Exactly. Exactly.
And once we lead them to the fixer, they're then supposed to assume their posture in the body of Christ. And I think if we would exhibit a lot more tolerance, I use that. It's probably a little bit of a weird term to use.
Yeah.
In the context of our society,
Yeah.
But when I say tolerance, I mean understanding each other in the body of Christ from a spiritual perspective. I think if we were to do that, I think and embrace that your ideology may not be mine,
Exactly.
and it doesn't make you wrong, nor does it make me right.
Right.
It's just my ideology versus your ideology, and if we take the verses out of it and say my ideology and your ideology, but it all fits within the context of the ultimate goal of being the body of Christ, I think that's where we can kind of bridge the divide and cause people to understand the fullness of who they really are. We miss it though, because I unfortunately, how do I say that? I guess no real nice way to say it, but church people like drama.
Unfortunately.
We do,
Yeah.
we do. We like drama, and any place that lacks drama, we call it boring. But that's not necessarily the case. There's probably unity, but you're so used to disunity.
Right. And divide.
Anything, right, and divide and schism.
Right.
You know, the church is we have adjusted, and schism is our norm, but it doesn't make it right.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yes, yes. Well, that's some sound stuff. Thank you for sharing with us on that.
My pleasure. I'm
And we
a little bit
look
verbose today. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. We look forward to hearing you a little bit later.
I'm excited about it. Very
God
excited
bless.
about it.